Now we understand the Venerable Sariputta's statement thus: mentality and materiality, friend Kotita, is not created by oneself, but rather with consciousness as condition, mentality and materiality comes to be. Now we also understand the Venerable Sariputta's other statement thus: consciousness, friend Kotita, is not created by oneself, etc., but rather with mentality and materiality as condition, consciousness comes to be. But how, friend Sariputta, should the meaning of this statement be seen? Well then, friend, I will make up a simile for you, for some intelligent people here understand the meaning of a statement by means of a simile. Just as two sheaves of reeds might stand leaning against each other, so too, with mentality and materiality as condition, consciousness comes to be. With consciousness as condition, mentality and materiality comes to be. With mentality and materiality as condition, the six sense bases come to be. With the six sense bases as condition, contact, etc. Such is the origin of this whole mass of suffering. Venerable Sariputta continued, if, friend, one were to remove one of those sheaves of reeds, the other would fall, and if one were to remove the other sheaf, the first would fall. So too, with the cessation of mentality and materiality comes cessation of consciousness. With the cessation of consciousness comes cessation of mentality and materiality. With the cessation of mentality and materiality comes cessation of the six sense bases. With the cessation of the six sense bases, cessation of contact, etc. Such is the cessation of this whole mass of suffering. I'll stop here for a moment now. So here, Venerable Sariputta is trying to explain that mentality and materiality and consciousness, they are pair. They arise together and cease together. Now they stand supporting each other. So when one of them falls, the other also falls. One cannot exist without the other. So that's why he says, in one place he says, consciousness conditions mentality, materiality. And on the other hand, he also says that mentality, materiality conditions consciousness. So you can say it in either way. Although the Paticca Samuppada, the formula independent origination, I say that consciousness conditions mentality and materiality. But as said here, you can also say that mentality and materiality conditions consciousness. Venerable Mahakotita said, it is wonderful, friend Sariputta. It is amazing, friend Sariputta, how well this has been stated by the Venerable Sariputta. Rejoice in the Venerable Sariputta statement on these 36 grounds. If, friend, a monk teaches the Dhamma for the purpose of revulsion towards aging and death, for its fading away in cessation, he can be called a monk who is a speaker on the Dhamma. If a monk is practicing for the purpose of revulsion towards aging and death, for its fading away in cessation, he can be called a monk who is practicing in accordance with the Dhamma. If through revulsion towards aging and death, through its fading away and cessation, a monk is liberated by non-clinging, he can be called a monk who has attained Nibbana in this very life.